So that thing actually pulled 2 stacks of dirt?
No,
Ah, joy.
because it wasn't supposed to.
What should it have done? Just fill the one?
Just the one, yeah.
Because the sand and the mulch also pulled enough for both machines.
Yeah, because the sand and the sand only needs 1 stack between the two of them, and the mulch needs less than that.
Is it these things, the filters over here, that regulate how much it's pulling out? Because I thought it was the regulators.
The filters regulate how much it's pulling out. The regulators regulate how much it's going down the line.
Once this is set up, because I've just thought of a possible problem with having these side by side. Every time we try to make a bog earth, is this also going to try to make a humus?
Mm-hmm.
What if we need one more than the other?
Then we put the reds. We're going to be powering the. Like, you see how easy it is to access the carpenters from the top, right?
Yeah.
Redstone energy cells on both and regulate the speeds. Over-engineered, expensive as hell, but what do we care? We're not in this for cheap, are we?
That still doesn't quite satisfy the situation. While that would regulate how fast it's produced, keep in mind that one carpenter can make more bog earth than that our entire team out there needs.
Mm-hmm. So we set the output on it to 1 or 2 a tick and be done with it.
That is 1 at 1 a tick, remember?
So we set it up so that the buffer chest, whatever buffer chest we're using for that, has a inventory full redstone signal thing that feeds into the timer on that side.
Which timer? Just the one that's going to affect the... Okay, then we're not using the redstone pipes here. We're using the non-ones.
Okay.
Right? That's the plan, isn't it?
Let's see, timer, how are we going to work this?
In case you forgot the line of bog earth that we had going.
Yeah, that was actually quite amusing to watch.
True, an entire ring of bog earth going around the entirety of a phase.
Mm-hmm.
Through Buildcraft's slow-ass pipes, no less.
Hmm. The engineering of this is going to be very, very complicated.
I have a headache thinking about it.
Then you don't have the brain for it.
Do you have the brain to think about bees?
Not really. Or even.
Do regulators do non-sided inventory insertion?
What do you mean?
Like if I had an inventory that did not have a technical side to it, that it did not have like a side associated. Like I know these carpenters, by technicality, the inputs they're taking are sided inventories because they're coming in on the sides, and we know that the bottom is where the bog earth is coming out, and the top is where the water goes. Right.
All right.
So, of course, sided inventories. What if there was, say, an inventory slot on a carpenter that did not have a side to it? Would the regulator work with that?
No.
Is there any machine that you know of that can take a non-sided inventory and attempt to put it in?
The only thing I can think of is the only thing I can think of. Well, here's the thing. The forestry machines are one of two things. They are either they are either side specific, where you absolutely have to put things in a specific side, or else it explodes, basically, which you've already seen.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones that aren't sided, where you input it from any side, or it outputs from any side, and it doesn't matter.
Right, I was just using forestry as an example. I'm saying, like, any mod. Is there anything you know of that can do an insertion freely?
Not right off.
A deployer technically doesn't need a size, but that's technically a use, right?
Yeah, deployers are a right-click action in their red power. They are single inventory, not sided.
Hmm.
Oh boy. Let's see. What do we got? Well, the extraction we know for a fact works 100%.
Okay.
The only problem that really comes up.
Yeah, the problem I see is how do we control making it so it makes exactly what we need?
Like if we have, like for example, we have too much, we need to turn one of them off.
Right.
Let's see what the documentation says. delete button.
At least now I know what mode you're on.
Yep.
Because here is what I'm thinking. Whatever type of inventory that we have going here, and this is going to sound complex when I say it, and I hate to say it because of that. We have, we'll say, chests, or chests, barrels, whatever. The output goes to those barrels, and it runs until the barrel is full, but it doesn't turn on until the barrel is half empty.
It's not going to be able to regulate that well. The thing is that when the carpenter starts to backlog, the regulator will start to backlog, and then it will stop accepting inventory.
Well, whether it's a barrel or whatever, anything, chest, the basic idea is to have enough inventory in it that it can take the time it needs to fill up all the inventories at the farms themselves before it starts looking for more. So if it starts kicking, let's say, most distant scenario, we turn the jungle farm on, jungle tree farm.
Okay.
Okay. And it starts running, it's going to start using humus. So it starts pulling humus from our full storage down here. Right? Now, I'm saying that it should give enough time for humus to actually reach that, reach the farm and start filling it. Give it the time it needs to pull what it needs before it starts trying to fill inventory for where it might start bouncing back and overfilling the inventory with backlog. See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's either that, or instead of having one big storage down here for the humus and the bog earth and what have you, have each of the different farms have their own small inventory that they take care of, and they request more from down here.
What's going to end up happening is that we really only need we would put a filter with. We'd probably put a filter with humus and a filter with bog earth on a relay each. That way that it gets sorted automatically.
Right.
And as one type of machine or the other needs it, it gets sent along from the relay first. And then as that relay empties, it comes from the carpenters, etc., etc.
That sounds functional. So it's basically how this thing is set up now, minus power. Right? So if we were to hook this output back into this pipe here, or would we have to hook it into the top one? How are we going to output from there up to the other ones up there?
What do you mean?
Like if we're going to start putting the output of the bog earth to the first peat bog farm.
Yeah.
How would we hook that output up now to do that?
Parallel line. How do we separate it? Covers.
Couldn't we just color the output of one so it's spitting directly up to the right ones? Or would that overcomplicate things? Because the way it's set up now with the Buildcraft pipes is a bilateral movement, single series of pipes, so that the input moves clockwise and the output moves counterclockwise. I'm not completely enthralled with the idea of clockwise, counterclockwise, but it works, and we only need one pipe ring connecting everything. Now, are you telling me that because we'd have to do it that way, that both the since we'd have to have two series of parallel pipes for
we're either doing parallel pipes or we're doing painted.
In that case, I vote for painted.
Yeah, not surprised.
While painted may be a bit of a pain, it's better than having to manage two series of pipes. And the upkeep is easier to manage.
Yeah.
Besides, I think we have enough colors here to choose from.
Yeah, we can. But yeah, we can. There's a whole bunch of painting we can do. That is going to make things a lot easier to deal with.
Well, as far as straight output goes, these three chests are only or barrels are only going to output into these two. We might actually be getting low on mulch, now that I realize it. Because all our mulch is down there.
Nice.
Oh well, that's easily rectified. I have a stack of peat and a stack of stone bricks somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Unless it got moved or used or something. Knowing us, both are equally likely. I think they've been used.
What?
All those stone bricks I thought I had. Oh well. I've got a few stacks of smooth stone that I could convert easily.
Yep.
We might have a slight additional thing we'll need to take care of here.
Oh?
Yes. We'll need to convert seeds to, or send seeds to be converted into seed oil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, our wheat farm has over half a wooden chest full of seeds.
Nice. Put them in the squeezer.
Ah, cool.
I just cleared enough space in the worth of tank that you can just
Right.
put them, that you can just put the seeds in the squeezer.
Okay. But this is how you run a farm.
Mm-hmm. Whole hog.
There only seems to be the standard inventory for this thing.
What, the 9?
Yeah.
And it's... Well, here's the thing. It's still going, isn't it?
Yeah.
I gave it about 6... I gave it some extra room, as you can see. For the actual oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have about 6.5 stacks of seeds. Squeezer just takes what it can get, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll wait till that empties. Okay, with our prototype room, we're left with still the two problems of getting stuff equally up and down to the peat farm. I'm only worried about one farm right now. And second, getting the power to this thing, wiring it into the grid. Ideally, I'd like to have the main switch for it to be up in the first peat room.
Mm-hmm.
That way it's a lot easier for us to go hit it, because basement 1 is technically our main floor.
Yeah. We need to put signs on those stairs. Like 1F for the main door floor, and then B1F for our main operational floor, and so on.
I don't think we necessarily have to have the F after B1. But have you been getting lost?
No.
You don't travel across enough the floors to get lost, do you?
Not really.
I'm pretty sure the only 3 floors you use are main floor, first basement, second basement. And occasionally a trip down to the nether.
I don't do much in the line of nether, actually.
Yet. Pretty soon you're going to go and you're going to create a Mistcraft portal system to steal all the lava from the nether and drag it back to the base to convert it into power.
Yep.
Not because we need the power, but because you want to do it.
Yep.